Hi there, welcome back to my views and news. It seems that Egypt has suffered a setback regarding its confrontation against Ethiopia. I did a video 2 days ago. 48 hours ago, I did a video. I told you about two statements issued by Egyptian and Ethiopian ministers. The statements were about the visit of River Nile basin countries representatives to the GERD. What happened? How did it happen that Egypt suffered this setback? Second words, this month and last month, I did some videos. I told you about deportation of Ethiopians from Puntland, Somalia. Several other sources reported that too. Now Ethiopians are being expelled, they are being deported from another region. Ethiopian government is silent. Dozens are being arrested and they're going to be deported in coming days, reported. Let's start with, firstly, was before these studio stories, an announcement that after around an hour, I'll be back. I'll be back at 18:30 GMT for a live chat. This week's last live chat after an hour. Last night, I talked about PM Abiy's dangerous strategy regarding the election 2025 or 2026 election. I spoke in detail on the topic. And in tonight's live chat, I have some information for you about contacts between TPLF and Eritrea. Now, contacts are being confirmed by several sources. Who is leading the efforts to create an alliance between TPLF and Eritrean government? All that in tonight's live chat. Now, it seems that Egypt has suffered a clear setback in its confrontation against Ethiopia regarding the dispute with Ethiopia over GERD. Grand Ethiopian Renaissance Dam being built in Ethiopia for over a decade, near its completion, 97% complete. Egypt from day one has been opposing the construction. Egypt and Sudan have been threatening Ethiopia. Ethiopia managed to almost complete the construction. I think GERD will be inaugurated before Ethiopian general election. Abiy wants to use GERD as one of his major achievements in electoral campaign. So the progress is being kept a little bit slow regarding completion. Abiy will inaugurate it in coming months, I believe. He wants to use it for political point scoring. 2 days ago, Egyptian and Ethiopian ministers issued statements. On the 22nd of February, yesterday, Nile Day, 18th Nile Day, 18th or 19th, was celebrated in Ethiopia. Ethiopia invited Nile basin countries to visit GERD. And 2 days ago, Egyptian Minister of Water issued a statement urging other River Nile basin countries that they should not send the representatives to visit GERD, because if they visit GERD, it means that they would back Ethiopian position on GERD. So I said we'll monitor what happens, how many countries will send representatives to visit GERD. It happened yesterday. There are 11 River Nile basin countries through which River Nile passes. Egypt, Sudan, South Sudan, Ethiopia, Eritrea, Kenya, Uganda, Rwanda, Burundi, Democratic Republic of Congo, Tanzania. 11 countries. Ethiopia invited these countries to celebrate Nile Day and to visit GERD, Grand Ethiopian Renaissance Dam in Benishangul area of Ethiopia. Eritrea obviously was not expected to accept the invitation because Eritrea relations very tense these days. Egypt obviously not. It wasn't likely to accept it. Out of remaining 9 countries, 6 listened to Ethiopian call. They accepted the invitation and they visited GERD site on Saturday, reportedly. Which 6 countries? Tanzania, Uganda, Kenya, Sudan, South Sudan, Ethiopia. A representative came from Democratic of Congo, from Rwanda, and from no one from Rwanda and Congo. Sudan's participation is interesting. It means Sudan backs Ethiopian perhaps position on GERD. By the way, Sudan is buying electricity from Ethiopia on deferred payment. It's not paying for the power which Ethiopia is selling to Sudan. Payment is being delayed. Ethiopia said that a few months ago that it knows that Sudan is in trouble. There is a war ongoing, but it has not cut off supply of power to Sudan. Ethiopia announced millions of US dollars in humanitarian aid for Sudan a few days ago too. So Sudan is now a beneficiary of GERD. That is why Sudan sent its representative to visit GERD. Egypt definitely has suffered a setback. Majority of River Nile basin countries now stands with Ethiopia. It has been supporting, majority been supporting Ethiopia on the issue of GERD. Secondly, was another region is deporting Ethiopians. Dozens have been arrested in the last few days. They are going to be deported. Preparations underway. I did 3 videos about Ethiopians being deported from Puntland. Puntland is conducting an operation against ISIS fighters. It accuses some Ethiopians of supporting ISIS, Islamic State fighters. One Ethiopian was arrested in connection with the operation against ISIS. Since then, Ethiopians were mistrusted in Puntland, and a campaign was launched to arrest Ethiopians living in Puntland without legal documents. Over 1,000, I think, have been arrested in the last few days, and they have been deported. And it's related to Puntland's operation against ISIS. Now, Somaliland is deporting Ethiopia. Reportedly, dozens have been arrested in the last 2 to 3 days. Dozens of Ethiopians in different parts of Somaliland. Those without proper documents, without legal documents, have been detained by security forces. They're being kept at unknown locations and they're going to be deported reportedly. Somaliland, Ethiopia relations are definitely worsening. Why? Because Somali relations getting better. Jula Ridwan were in Mogadishu yesterday. Hassan Sheikh visited Ethiopia twice in the last few days. Ethiopia has signed status of forces agreement SOFA with Somalia yesterday. Ethiopia continues to be part of peacekeeping operation in Somalia. All that obviously is not going well in Somaliland. Somaliland, Ethiopia, MOU nowhere to be seen. New government of Somaliland not interested in taking the risk of implementing the MOU with Ethiopia. Ethiopia, Somalia talks held in Ankara. First round of technical talks held a few days ago. Second round to be held next month. Ethiopia, Somalia trying to sort of the defenses gradually. That is not having a good impact on Ethiopia-Somali land relations. In Hargeisa, in other parts of Somaliland, Ethiopians are now being arrested. Those who don't have valid documents are being arrested. But I always say that there are tens of thousands of foreigners in Ethiopia too living without proper documents. If Ethiopia starts deporting each and every foreigner from its territory who are have their proper documents, you could see large-scale deportation of Somalis, of Eritreans, of Sudanese people. And Ethiopia-Somaliland borders are not fully manned. Tribes, clans move across the border, and they don't have visas. They don't have travel documents. Sometimes, yes, I support proper checking mechanisms at the borders, but deportation of people should not be political. If Somaliland, Puntland want to improve their immigration system, if they want to strengthen their border checks, nothing wrong with that. But deportation of Ethiopians should not be political. Thank you for watching.